Hi, my friends. There we go. I think I'm here. So I'm hoping it's a little quieter today. Greetings. This is Yoga 101, Class 5, and I'm addressing the teachings of Ayurveda because Yoga and Ayurveda are sister sciences, and we really can't have one without the other. They work together simultaneously. And so today is the second part of this three-part. What are the three major causes of disease? And actually, there's a fourth. I was going to be reading all my notes. I was like, oh yeah. But we're going to go with these three right now, and I'll bring the fourth in as well. But the three that I'm working with and have been working with in this last month is awakening the senses, or the cause is misuse of the senses. So we want to awaken our senses, which I covered in class 4. Today we're going to cover our relationship with time. So our relationship with time has a lot to do with how we age, and it's about quieting the mind. And then the third is remembering our true nature, which is connecting with the divine. So that will be tomorrow. There's one more. We'll just save it for you on the next day. So today is taking a peek. Let's just consider our relationship with time. And for me, don't you feel like sometimes time just feels like it's going so fast, especially when you're in a position where you're really enjoying yourself and things are going your way and you're really enjoying every moment, and it feels like you just can't get enough of it. So you feel like time is passing. It even feels faster if we're really busy, if we have a lot on our agenda, a lot of activities or to-dos or people in our life. If we're busy, then time feels really short and it's moving super fast. And then thirdly is the slowing down of time, which we learn when we practice yoga, and we slow everything down and we go into a meditative state and we start to quiet the mind. So this has everything to do with the process and movement of time. So in Ayurveda, this is known as Parinama. So it relates to things that change, okay? And this is the cause and contributing factor when we try to control time, okay? And there's two aspects to time. So one relates to linear time, which is really out of our control. Time passes, right? The seasons pass, the sun rises, the sun sets, life just goes on. The second form of time is our biological time. And so our biological time, which is, it's a little bit in our control but it's very dynamic because we're choosing how we're using our time. And what's interesting, what they find in Ayurveda from thousands of years ago and still here today, is that when we pace, this pacing of biological time changes with the response to the movement around us. So as our movement increases, when we're doing more and more, the rate of our biological time increases. So with this, our body ages faster, okay, when we're moving faster, and then we move more slowly, we slow down, our body ages more slowly. What do you think about that? So this is why yoga teaches to quiet the mind. And the yogis even say that we're born into this lifetime with a particular number of breaths. We have so many breaths to breathe in this lifetime. We come in with the first breath, we leave at the last, and we have so many breaths in between. And so the slower you breathe, the longer you live. And the slower you breathe, the more relaxed your nervous system is and the quieter your mind is. So you can see how this works. It just really is very practical, and it makes sense. That a busy mind will cause us to perceive that time is moving very quickly. And in order to slow down time, what I like to do is, let's do it right now. Let's slow down some time. And today I promise I will do this in 10 minutes. Yesterday was 20, but I'm going to keep this one shorter. There's less information. But let's slow down time for a moment. So just pause. Feel your body. Make yourself comfortable. Maybe even close your eyes. Take a deep breath in. Let it go. And do that twice more. In through the nose. out through the mouth. Let your eyes open. And that is how we slow down time, by slowing down our breath, by drawing inward, by being fully present. Then we can slow down our biological time, and we have more spaciousness in our life. So the relationship to time and space is how we're perceiving time. And many times we want to pack so much into our 24-hour period that it feels like that. It feels chaotic and compressed. So by doing less, okay, we have a check your internet thing, but I think I'm okay. By doing less, we can be more present for what is happening, okay, and we feel more at ease, okay? So this is the second cause of dis-ease, is our relationship with time and the spaciousness within each day. So as we experience this relationship, I'd like you to think about, just watch your day today. If you're watching this in the morning, just watch the next 24-hour period and notice your relationship to time. And one aspect of time that I really worked with, and I've told a few of you this little trick, it just came to me this spring when I was moving out of my house after 20 years. So there was a lot of details, a lot to do. My to-do list was very long. Okay, packing and cleaning and organizing, not to mention all the financial stuff I had to figure out and all that. So it was like that, blah, 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 blah. And it was feeling like that. And I didn't want it to feel like that. So what I did is I just got my to-do list and I did one thing at a time. I'm like, okay, I'm going to work on this room, or I'm going to work on this closet, or I'm going to work on this box. I did one thing. I knew the list was there, but I'm not going to think about it. So I took my one project, say we're emptying out this box, so I had to go through a lot of boxes to figure out what to throw away, what to give away, and what to keep. And I just did that one thing. And then here was the key. This just happened, and it just became so effective for me that I wanted to share it, is then I would finish the box, okay? Get completion. Completion is a wonderful thing. When we get completion on a project, we naturally breathe a little deeper, like, something's done. And before I went on to the next project, the next thing, I would take a little mini break, and I would give myself a little integration. So I would take maybe 5 minutes, maybe sometimes 10, but mostly 5, to get up and move, stretch, walk outside, smell the fresh cut grass, or go for a walk around the block, or I would do a little yoga and stretch out, or maybe get a cool, refreshing beverage, or a little snack. But I would do something that was a self-care practice before going on to the next project. And that really slowed down time and gave me more spaciousness in the day. So that was a fun little practice that just unfolded due to necessity. So when we allow ourselves to really let time slow down, we feel more at ease. And the way we also do this is in our yoga practice. And you know, yoga has gotten faster and faster through the years, which is not really what it's supposed to do. Even Ashtanga, which I practiced today, it was great to go back to the Ashtanga practice. I did my personal practice first, and then I had a couple students come to class, and I took them through a modified version. But it's so wonderful to just go through and just do the postures and do a little bit more of a flow and really feel each position, just really focusing on the breath. So it slowed me down, and I was just thinking of how Ashtanga came to the West, and people just started going faster and faster. And if you ever practice Ashtanga, it's a very set form of asana, and you warm up with your salutations, and then you go through a series of asana. You do each pose on each side, so it's very even. And you're supposed to hold the poses. It was recommended at the time by Krishnamacharya, who taught it to Patabi Joyce, who brought it to America and taught all this Westerners. We hold all those individual poses for about 5, sometimes 8 breaths. But there's a difference in how you breathe. So as it came to the West, and even as I learned it from one of the first yoga, Ashtanga teachers, Brad Ramsey on Maui, we were doing a fire breath. So then we go to the next pose. That was only 4. We did 5. And then when I actually studied more traditionally with some other teachers, especially from the teachings of Pattabhi Jois, the breath is like this. So there's just 2 breaths. So how we breathe has everything to do with how we feel in relationship to time. So my teaching for you today is to watch how you move through your day, no matter what you're doing. Pay attention to your breath. And if you start to feel hurried or worried or anxious or chaotic, you've got this wonderful tool right here at the tip of your nose. And you can just take those deep breaths in, pause, and when we do that, we also awaken our inner wisdom, which we'll talk a little bit about more tomorrow. And we feel what's real, like how am I really feeling right now, and how do I want to feel? And when we slow down, we can make a wiser choice as to what am I going to do right now? What's the one thing I'm going to do right now? Even if I have a list of 20. It's always best to, when you plan your day, to only have like 3 major tasks. You might have a list of 20 things, but your intention, your goal, so to speak, would be like, okay, I'm going to get at least these 3 things done. If you try to do 20 and you don't, then you kind of get yourself into a race of time, like, I didn't get it all done. And I used to lay in bed and think about all the things I didn't do in the day. And so I flipped that, and I recommend it. When you go to bed at night, like, really let yourself realize what you did do, what the day did offer you, and how you took advantage of it, how you used your time, how you flowed through the day, and those little places of edginess, or it's like, okay, take a deep breath. Tomorrow's another day. If we are truly granted another day, and we rise and shine with the sun, we've got another day to practice slowing down the mind. Key component to slowing down the mind, breathing deeply and evenly, bringing yourself into the present moment, and realize we all have 24 hours in a day, and that's what we get. So use it wisely. Make sure you eat well, exercise, and get deep, restful sleep. Use your time wisely. Let me know how it goes. How are you slowing down time for yourself? What's your relationship with time? How spacious does your day feel? Okay? So I'm going to go on a walk on the beach now to feel more spacious in this jungle environment before I drop back into another project. I'll let you know more about that, and tomorrow we'll address the 3rd component. So thanks for listening, and may you enjoy your relationship with time and feel spacious. Namaste.